There's a peculiar ache that settles in the soul, a quiet heaviness that comes not from chaos, but from silence. Not the silence of peace, but the kind that stretches out endlessly, where answers don't arrive, prayers seem to vanish into thin air, and time feels as though it has stopped just for you, and not in a comforting way. You've been patient. You've whispered your longings into the night, sent silent prayers between breaths, offered your tears to the stars. You've done the inner work. You've waited with open hands. And still it feels like nothing moves. Like the universe has gone mute. Like you've been left in some kind of divine waiting room with no explanation, no updates, and no sign of what comes next. It's in these moments, suspended between what was and what might be, that a deeper question begins to rise. Have I been forgotten? But what if the answer is not no and not wait, but something else entirely? What if this is not a period of rejection, but a sacred season of preparation? There is a wisdom, ancient and infinite, that often cloaks itself in stillness. A kind of divine intelligence that moves not according to the urgency of the mind, but to the rhythm of becoming. You are not being punished. You are being held. Not by hands, but by timing, by a grace so vast it refuses to rush what is sacred. And you are sacred. Imagine for a moment the seed buried deep within the soil. From the surface there is no sign of movement, no green sprout. No evidence of life. But beneath, something is stirring. Quiet. Purposeful. The seed is not dead. It's not forgotten. It's incubating. So what if what you're calling delay is really gestation? What if this space where nothing seems to happen is actually the space where everything is beginning? Dr. Bruce Lipton, a pioneer in epigenetics, teaches that our biology, our very cells, respond not to our external environment, but to our perception of Meaning, if you perceive the silence as abandoned, your body feels unsafe, stuck, afraid. But if you perceive this moment as sacred preparation, your system relaxes, your cells align with trust. Your energy shifts. You become magnetic to transformation, not because you forced anything, but because you surrendered to the timing that knows more than you do. Alan Watts once said, muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. And maybe that's where you are, in the muddy water of uncertainty. But uncertainty isn't the enemy. It's the womb of possibility. You see, the universe doesn't speak in clocks. It speaks in alignment. In readiness. In deep inner frequency. So when it appears nothing is happening, something is. Just not in a way you can see. Maybe you're being asked to deep before you expand. To anchor before you soar. To shed before you shine. And yes, it hurts. The in-between always does. Because the old you is dissolving, and the new you, the one you've prayed to become, is still forming. But know this, the universe is not ignoring you. It's attuning you. It's shaping the edges of your soul to fit the future you've envisioned. It's softening your heart so it can hold more. It's quieting your mind so it can hear the subtler voice of your intuition. This silence. Is not a void. It's a temple. And you are not lost inside it. You are being reintroduced to your own sacred unfolding. So instead of asking, why isn't anything happening? What if you ask, what is being made ready within me? Because readiness is not about being perfect. It's about being aligned. Receptive. Available to become the version of yourself that already lives in the future you dream of. And that version, it doesn't come from forcing answers. It comes from listening to the silence as if it's trying to tell you something. Because it is. We are conditioned to fear silence. In a world obsessed with noise, progress, notifications, and instant gratification, silence is often mistaken for failure. Inaction. Emptiness. But what if silence, the vast, deep, seemingly empty silence of the universe, is not a void, but a sacred recalibration? Let's begin with a simple truth. Silence is not absence. It's intelligence working in a dimension beyond your senses. In quantum physics, the field that permeates all things, sometimes called the zero-point field, is not static. It is a dynamic ocean of possibility. Every thought, emotion, emotion, an intention you emit is like a stone thrown into that ocean. Ripples form. Interference patterns emerge. Reality begins to respond, not always immediate, but inevitable. Neville Goddard referred to this process as the law of assumption, the idea that when you persist in the feeling of your desired state, reality must eventually conform. But there is a space between assumption and manifestation. And that space. Is silence. Not a passive silence. A quantum silence. A silence where your new reality is reorganizing itself in unseen realms. Bruce Lipton would call this the space where your perceptions shift your biology. The electromagnetic field of your heart, measurable and powerful, begins to emit a new frequency when you hold a belief, even silently. That frequency does not vanish into nothingness. It begins communicating with the field around you, triggering biological and energetic responses. So when you've done the inner work, when you've meditated, affirmed, released, visualized, and then everything goes silent, it's not that nothing is happening. It's that everything is happening. But in a language your senses are not yet trained to hear. This is quantum RECALIBRATION. The reality you've known, shaped by old beliefs, wounds, patterns, is dissolved. Roots. Not in a dramatic explosion, but in a subtle reconfiguration. And this silence is the sacred interval between your old energetic identity and the new one you're stepping into. Think of it like this: when a symphony ends and the conductor lifts his baton for the next piece, there is a pause. A breath. The audience holds still. The room hangs in silence. But this silence is not empty. It's charged. Full of anticipation. Of momentum gathering in stillness. That's the kind of silence the universe holds for you. It's not a neglectful silence. It's a sacred pause before the music of your next reality begins. Carl Jung wrote about the concept of active imagination, the practice of consciously entering dialogue with the unconscious. He knew what many mystics also knew, that the unseen realms are alive. Responding. Responding. But they rarely speak in words. They speak in patterns. In synchronicities. In sudden knowings. In symbolic dreams. But first, they speak in silence. Because silence is the only space vast enough to hold the codes your soul is ready to receive. So why does it feel like suffering? Because we mistake the end of noise for the end of connection. Because we've been trained to believe that only what is seen is real, only what is heard is valid, only what is proven is true. But that is ego logic. Surface logic. The logic of survival. The soul speaks a different language. And in that language, silence is not the absence of love. It is love in its most refined form. A trust so profound it doesn't need to explain itself. The caterpillar does not hear applause in the cocoon. The seed does not get encouragement from the soil. The moon waxes and wanes without reassurance. So why do you think your becoming would sound like celebration instead of silence? Let's take this deeper. Every time you shift your inner vibration through meditation, surrender, gratitude, you enter a new timeline of possibility. But shifting timelines means shifting identities. And your nervous system, designed to protect you, resists unfamiliar states, even if they are better. So the silence you hear may actually be your body adjusting to a higher frequency. The disorientation field, that's neural pruning, the brain letting go of old pathways to make room for new ones. This is neuroplasticity in action. Your biology, your brain, your energy field, they are recalibrating. And that recalibration can feel like fatigue, confusion, or quietness. Not because you're broken. But because you're evolving beyond your previous identity. This is the science behind your silence. It's not punishment. It's proof. The silence is proof that your system is undergoing a deep, subtle rewiring, that the universe is shifting its internal architecture on your behalf. But you must resist the urge to interrupt the process. Because the moment you try to force clarity, demand results, or declare nothing is happening. You pull the energetic thread that was quietly weaving your next chapter. Trust this. The silence is where stars are born. The silence is where ancient forests begin. The silence is where you, the real you, finally has room to emerge. So instead of asking, why isn't the universe answering me? Ask, what is being rewired inside me so I can receive the answer I seek? Because the delay is not denial. It's realignment. And this silence you fear, it is the whisper of everything rearranging for you. There's a hidden fire in the ache of waiting, a sacred friction that if you let it, can burn away the layers that no longer belong to the person you're becoming. But first, the ache must be acknowledged, not ignored. Not rushed. Not wrapped in spiritual cliches. Because the pain of not knowing, of standing in the in-between, is real. It is raw. And it is holy. You may feel like your heart is tired of hoping. Like your spirit is stretched thin from holding visions that have yet to materialize. You might even feel betrayed by time, by fate, by the universe itself. But hear this. What aches in you is not weakness. It is your soul being stretched open, wide enough to receive something you've never held before. That waiting is not wasted time. It is transformation happening on the cellular level. Joe Dispenza often reminds us, you cannot create a new future while holding on to the emotion past. But the catch is, you can't force those emotions out either. You must alchemize them. And alchemy is not about avoiding pain. It's about transmuting it. Let's pause here and understand what emotional alchemy truly means. In ancient times, alchemists sought to turn base metals into gold. But the wise among them knew this wasn't really about metal. It was about the soul. Turning grief into wisdom. Turning waiting into power. Turning longing into presence. This is the inner science of transformation. And your ache, yes, that ache, is the fire you've been given to begin. So how does this work practically and spiritually? Step one is to allow yourself to feel, not superficial, but fully. Sit with your longing as if it were an ancient teacher. Let your disappointment speak. Let your loneliness echo, not to drown in it, but to discover what message it carries. Because every emotion is a messenger from your inner world, and when you suppress it, you block the very energy that could heal you. Bruce Lipton's work in epigenetics shows us that unresolved emotional trauma and stress alter our gene expression. But when we bring consciousness to those emotions, when we feel them, witness them, release them, our biology begins to shift. Not because of effort. But because of presence. Presence is the philosopher's stone. It is what turns emotional lead into inner gold. Now, here's the mystery most people miss. The emotions that hurt the most hold the most power. The reason grief aches is because love still lives. The reason waiting is painful is because hope still flickers. The reason silence unsettles you is because your soul remembers sound. You are not weak for feeling. You are capable of holding depth, of expanding your heart, of becoming a vessel for something greater than comfort. Truth. Carl Jung spoke of shadow integration, the idea that everything we reject in ourselves must be brought to the light of awareness if we are to become whole. And what is the ache of waiting, if not the shadow of our desire? We love to envision, to manifest. To speak affirmations. But the ache, that's the cost of dreaming while still being human. And it is not a mistake. It is the spiritual pressure that polishes the soul. So how do we alchemize it? We meet it. Not with resistance. But with reverence. And then we ask, what strength is trying to emerge through this? What capacity is being built inside me right now? What deeper version of myself is this silent sculpting? Because waiting is not passive. Not when it's conscious. When you engage the waiting with awareness, you begin to activate latent parts of your being. Patience becomes power. Stillness becomes strength. Longing becomes direction. You are no longer just surviving the delay. You are using it to evolve. Let's bring in the neuroscience again. When you consciously shift your emotional state from frustration to curiosity, or from despair to self-compassion, you activate a new network in the brain. The prefrontal cortex lights up. Your parasympathetic nervous system calms down. Your hormonal balance begins to shift. This is not spiritual poetry. It is measurable transformation. And when you do this daily, gently, faithfully, you begin to rewire not just your mind, but your future. You become the kind of person who can hold what you've been asking for. Because let's be honest, the universe doesn't deliver based on desire alone. It responds to resonance. And resonance comes from emotional clarity, not from perfection, but from presence. Here's a metaphor to carry with you. Imagine that your longing is like a bowl carved out of wood. At first, it's empty. It feels pointless. But each moment of honest emotion, of staying with yourself in the silence, polishes the inside of that bowl. Smooths it. Deepens it, so that when the moment comes, and it will come, the universe can pour something into it that's so beautiful, so whole, it overflows. Not just for you. But for everyone your journey will touch. So no, this waiting is not punishment. It is preparation. It is sacred fire. And you, even in the ache, especially in the ache, are the alchemist. And that aching, it's the universe trusting you with a deeper initiation. Not to endure. But to become. We often speak to the universe as if it's something outside of us, distant, cosmic, unreachable. But what if it's closer than you think? What if the answers you seek aren't found in lightning bolts or grand revelations, but in whispers hidden inside your daily life? You see, the universe doesn't always speak in words. It speaks in synchronicities. It speaks through delays. It speaks through the exact timing of things that don't make sense in the moment, but later reveal a pattern too precise to be coincidence. Carl Jung was the first to name this phenomenon synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that hold no causal relationship, yet speak direct to your soul. You think of someone and they call ... You see the same number at the exact time you were thinking about a question. A book falls off a shelf that holds the sentence you didn't know you needed. These are not random. These are reflections. The universe mirrors your inner world, and the language it uses is frequency. When your energy shifts, your outer world does too. Not always immediate. But with elegance. With precision. With wisdom. Here's what most people miss. Synchronicities are not rewards. They are reflections of alignment. They don't mean you've done something right. They mean your vibration and your environment are starting to dance in harmony. And that harmony, it often begins in silence. In delays. In unanswered prayers. Because in the quantum field, time is non-linear. What you think of as delay is often divine sequencing. A sacred rearrangement. Imagine this. You order a custom piece of art from a master artisan. You don't receive a package the next day. Why? Because true craftsmanship takes time. Precision. Layering. And most importantly, it takes understanding exactly who it is being created for. The universe works the same way. Your future is being hand carved, not factory produced. Now here's the paradox. The more you crave signs, the less you see them. Not because they aren't there. But because desperation is not receptive. Desperation blinds you to the subtle ... It shifts your vibration into fear, scarcity, and urgency, the very states that cloud intuition. Synchronicity lives in the space of calm expectancy. It arrives when you're open, not when you're clinging. So if you feel like the signs have stopped, maybe they haven't. Maybe you've just stopped trusting yourself to read them. The delays you're experiencing, they too are messages. Not no, not never, but a sacred not yet. Because what you want may not yet match who you are becoming. Or perhaps what you want is too small for what your soul is ready to receive. And so the delay becomes a form of divine protection. A cocoon of becoming. A place where time slows down so that you may catch up with your destiny. Let's go. go deeper. From a neurospiritual perspective, the brain is designed to seek patterns. But it often limits itself to what it expects to see. Meaning, if you're rooted in fear or hopelessness, your brain will filter reality to match that belief, even if signs are appearing all around you. But when you begin to soften, to trust, to feel without controlling, you activate a different layer of awareness. Greg Braden calls this the state of coherence, when your heart and brain sync into a harmonious rhythm. In this state, your entire system becomes more receptive, more intuitive, more attuned to the subtle messages woven into your environment. The more coherent your inner world, the more clearly you begin to read the hidden language of the universe. And the universe, it speaks in symbols. A feather on your path. A repeated song lyric. A stranger's words that answer your private question. A cancellation that saves you from something unseen. You may think it's just coincidence. But the spiritually awake know better. The universe is a storyteller. And your life is its script. Nothing is wasted. No encounter is random. No moment is empty. Everything is coded with meaning. Not always literal, but symbolic. Not always obvious, but sacred. So what can you do to align with this language? First, slow down. Synchronicity is a quiet voice. It does not shout over the noise of your mind. Create pockets of stillness in your day, even if just a few minutes. Not to get anything, but to listen. Second, stay curious. Ask questions that open, not close. Instead of, why is this happening to me? Ask, what is this trying to reveal in me? Instead of, when will I get what I want? Ask, who am I becoming through this process? Questions are invitations. And the universe loves to respond to those who are willing to listen without demanding. Third, celebrate the small signs. The more you honor the little synchronicities, the more you attract them. Because what you appreciate appreciates. This is not superstition. It's resonance. Your gratitude expands the field. Your awareness becomes magnetic. And the universe responds. And lastly, respect the delays. They are not empty spaces. They are rewrites in the script that ensure your story unfolds in the most soul-aligned way possible. The truth is, the universe never forgets. It never misses. It never delays without purpose. It only speaks in perfect timing, and if you're quiet enough inside, you'll begin to understand its language. So the next time things go quiet, or you feel lost in the mist of uncertainty. Remember this: the silence is not a punishment. The delay is not a mistake. And the sign you're waiting for, it might already be in your hands, disguised as a moment too subtle for the untrained heart to notice. Train your heart. Trust the mystery. And allow the universe to speak. Because it always does. There is a moment on the spiritual path when striving becomes exhaustion. When vision boards feel hollow. When affirmations echo back with silence. When even your prayers seem to dissolve into the ethers unanswered. It is in this sacred exhaustion that something ancient stirs, something the soul has known long before the mind ever learned the word manifestation. That something is surrender. But let's be clear. Surrender is not defeat. It is not passivity. It is not giving up. Surrender is sacred cooperation. It is the moment the wave remembers it is part of the ocean and no longer tries to control the tide. You see, the universe doesn't want your control. It wants your openness. It doesn't need your hustle. It needs your heart. Because creation doesn't happen through force. It happens through receptivity. And you, dear soul, were never meant to build your dream with clenched fists. You were meant to become the vessel through which your dream could flow. To become a vessel is to empty, not in loss, but in preparation. It is to release your grip on how it must happen, when it must arrive. Who must be involved? It is to clear the inner space of outdated expectations, stale timelines, and rigid identities, so that the life that is truly yours can take root. Think of a clay bowl. Its usefulness lies in its emptiness. The more space it holds, the more it can receive. You are that bowl. And every moment of surrender, every breath of letting go, every tear that says, I release what no longer serves me, widens your capacity. Not just for what you want. But for what your soul truly needs. This is not abstract philosophy. Neuroscience backs this sacred design. When you release resistance, you shift from sympathetic dominance, the fight or flight response, into a parasympathetic state, calm and safety. This is where healing happens. This is where inspiration flows. This is where the frontal cortex lights up with creative insight, where intuition sharpens, and where the nervous system becomes coherent with your deepest intentions. Joe Dispenza calls this getting beyond yourself, the moment when the known self dissolves and you become a channel for the unknown, for the divine. For the miraculous. So why is surrender so difficult? Because the ego is terrified of the unknown. It believes that if it doesn't control the outcome, nothing good will happen. But that belief. Is an illusion. It's a relic of survival conditioning, not a truth of the soul. The soul knows that surrender is not the end of effort. It's the beginning of alignment. It's not the absence of power. It's the return to power, because true power is not about dominance. It's about resonance. It's about becoming the kind of person that what you desire is naturally drawn to. This is the paradox most people miss. You do not create your future by chasing it. You create your future by becoming a match for it. And becoming a match doesn't mean controlling every detail. It means softening your inner frequency into one of trust, presence, and coherence. Because what you are a vessel for flows to you. Not through effort. Through energy. Rudolf Steiner once wrote that before you can see the light, you must be willing to face the darkness. And sometimes the darkness we face is not external. It's the void of not knowing, the ache of waiting. The shadow of surrender. But even the void is sacred. It is the womb of stars. The cradle of creation. And the universe, your greatest co-creator, knows exactly how to fill the space you've made once you've made it fully. Here's a truth worth remembering. You cannot receive with hands full of control. You cannot welcome new life while clinging to old narratives. And you cannot step into the next chapter while still rereading the last. Surrender is not a strategy. It's a spiritual threshold. And once you cross it, something changes. You begin to feel lighter, not because everything is solved, but because everything is held. Held by a presence that moves with a wisdom far deeper than your current understanding. Held by a rhythm older than time. Held by the same force that spins galaxies and opens flowers. That force. Holds you too. So how do you surrender? You pause. You breathe. You bloco for. Tell the truth, not to the world, but to yourself. You say, I don't know what's next, but I'm willing to be guided. I release my timeline and open to divine timing. I choose peace over control, presence over panic, and then you listen. Not with ears, but with your being. And slowly, subtly, the space inside you opens. The vessel clears. And the universe, recognizing that sacred space, begins to flow in. Not always as you imagine. But always as you need. This is becoming the vessel. It's not about becoming perfect. It's about becoming available. Available to the miracle. Available to the moment. Available to the version of yourself who already lives on the other side of this silence. And that version, they are not desperate. They are not controlling. They are not afraid. They are free. Because they have learned that the greatest strength is not in holding on. But in letting go. There comes a moment quiet when the soul realizes the silence was never empty. It was never abandonment. It was never neglect. It was never the universe turning its back. It was presence. A sacred, formless presence. Not loud. Not flashy ... but constant ... The kind of presence that doesn't need to prove itself with signs or spectacles, because it knows it is already one with you ... Look back for a moment ... Not to dwell, but to witness ... How many times did you feel like nothing was happening, only to realize later that you had been carried? How many delays protected you from detours you didn't yet understand? How many longings shaped your inner landscape so you could finally receive what your hands weren't ready to hold before? This is the hidden intelligence of the universe ... It does not waste your ache ... It does not ignore your heart ... It prepares you slowly, deep, completely, until the version of you that can receive what you asked for is born ... You see, the universe doesn't respond to timelines ... It responds to transformation ... And you, without even noticing, have been transforming in the stillness ... In the questions ... In the ache ... You have been becoming ... Not by force, but by fire ... Not by doing, but by trusting ... The trust that whispers, I am held even here. I am seen even in this silence ... I am loved even in this uncertainty. Alan Watts often reminded us that the ego seeks control, but the soul seeks experience ... And perhaps what you've truly been longing beneath the manifestation, the desire, the outcome is the experience of becoming ... The experience of trusting what you cannot yet see ... The experience of remembering who you are beyond circumstances ... The experience of surrendering, not as an act of defeat, but as an offering of devotion ... Because to trust the silence is to trust yourself ... To trust the pauses, the waiting, the in-betweens is to say, I believe in the intelligence that breathes me, and that belief, that is alignment ... That is power ... That is what makes you magnetic to miracles ... So now, ask yourself gently, what if this entire season has not been about getting what you want, but about becoming who you truly are? What if the universe was never ignoring you, but was waiting until your energy matched your prayer? What if you were not being delayed, but being readied? And now, in this very moment, you are finally aligned ... The seed does not bloom because it pushes harder. It blooms because it surrenders to light ... You are that seed ... And the light is here ... Not just outside ... But within you ... So let the silence complete its work ... Let it soften the fear ... Let it shape the vessel ... Let it teach you that what you've been waiting for has been waiting for you too ... And it is coming ... Not because you demanded it ... But because you became it. And if this message resonated with the quiet places in your heart, know that this is only the beginning ... There are other journeys waiting for you here. Conversations with the soul, moments of clarity wrapped in sacred metaphors, reminders that you are never truly alone ... You'll find them in other videos on this channel. Reflections like, the universe didn't abandon you. It's guiding you home. Your pain is not the end. It's the portal. You're not lost. You're being rewritten in the silence. Let these offerings continue what this video began ... Because the voice of the universe speaks often ... And now you are ready to hear it ... And now I ask you, what if the silence you feared most was the birthplace of your becoming?